Okay. Hello, everyone. We're
Hey
live.
peeps.
We've got a big chat already filling up, Jackie. Wow.
We do.
Um, Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And right off the bat, I'm going to say for anybody who watches this on playback or who are new to my channel, um, these readings are all alleged. This is just a few ladies here pulling out their tarot cards or divination cards to look into what happened to the particular individual that we are reading on today. We do not make money off of it, we do not profit off of it. We have not been reached out to by law enforcement, and typically we don't get reached out by family. However, today's reading, there's going to be just a little information we're going to go on, see what we can do, but this was actually a case brought to us by someone who saw one of Jackie and I's videos that we did on the Zia. And this particular individual lost a loved one. I think back in 20, where's my little, there you go, back in
21.
12 30 21, and it requested us a few months ago to see if we can look into this. And I asked if it was okay if we used her name or who she was, but I haven't received an email yet. So we'll just say it's a she. She's a loved one of Mr. Stokes. Um, Mr. Bryant Stokes, and we'll just kind of see what we can get with the information she gave us. And again, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. These cards don't, can't be used in a court of law. It's just us looking to see what the cards say and see if we can kind of figure out what's going on. And is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So, with that said, I just want to get that right off the bat. Um, And let me just see if I can get my mouse. I've been having issues with StreamYard, so everybody bear with me. Okay, it's working for now. Hello, Ramon. Ramon is here. Scarab. Flowing is here. Hello, my dear. Don't make me pull out the safety word today. Jackie's like, what?
What?
It's a joke. It's a running joke with Flowing
Do I even want to know?
and Jeff. Um, Safety word. Bagel. No, so Rain is here. Hello, Rain. Good to see you. Another one of Rain's channels. She has multiple, so please check them out. Fatima is here. Hello, Fatima. Everyone's saying hello. I did see yo yo yo. Hey girl, hey, what's going on? Um, yes, Flowing. It is nice to see everybody today. Um, and okay, out walking the dogs. Enjoy. Everyone's saying, "Yo, Allison, oh the puppies!" Yep. Um, I can't really see the chat because it's so bright out. We're gloomy here a bit, but it's not too bad. It's spring. It's staying spring. We got 60s now, so I'm happy with that. Everyone's still saying hello to each other. Karen is here. Hello, Care Bear, and also to anybody who watches. Hello, TD. Welcome, welcome. Tarot Destiny is here. Rabbit, rabbit, everyone. Oh, is that sure? Oh, yes. Today is May Day. So,
It
everybody
is.
in the pagan community, Wiccan community, all that good stuff, happy, blessed Beltane today. And yes, it's also May Day and the good old dancing around the maypole. For people who don't know what that's really traditionally about, you get a long pole, you stick it in the ground, and then you dance around it. Y'all figure it out. So yes, and I believe today is also one of Mary's festival days, the Blessed Mother, Mother Mary. So lots of beautiful celebrations today. And so 80 degrees in central Illinois. Oh, sounds nice. Okay. So yes, today we are reading on Mr. Bryant Stokes. He was born year I was nine. He was born September 29th, 1970. He was murdered 2 years ago. He was 51 years old. It was 12 December 30th, 1921. Wow, December 30th, 2021. He was 51. He was leaving a repast. And I was like, what's a repast? And for people who don't know, it's like a informal uh, funeral. It's where it's, instead of going to the church and being all dressed up and going through the funeral ceremony, it's held at a location, a family home, where people come and, wish the family, their condolences, bring food, that kind of thing. So Mr. Stokes was leaving the repast and was at a intersection of Puritan and Schaefer. And he was from Detroit, Michigan, so this all happened in Detroit. And he pulled up to the intersection of Puritan and Schaefer, and there's only one video that the news only covered his case once, his homicide once, and in the video you can see, and this was at night, the lights from the firing shots and them taking off. It was a black Dodge Durango. So anybody watching this who's familiar with this case, the tip line is listed on the thumbnail along with a $2,500 reward. So right now, the person who reached out to us, she is not getting any assistance. Apparently, the police have not done any more investigating on the case. There's been no other news media articles or video except the one she sent me and the information that she sent me privately in a email with Jackie and I. So apparently, according to her, and I guess it's going to be a her, so this is as far as I'll go. According to her, Mr. Stokes had been accused of a crime before this. She didn't say how long ago. Um, he was basically, as she put it, being railroaded by local law enforcement. And of course, again, YouTube, everybody, this is just alleged. I cannot verify this. I'm just going by what she said. So this may or may not be true, but this is what she shared with me. And she fought to prove his innocence. She did. And apparently, they did take the Detroit Police Department to court, according to her. And that was all. And after his murder, she had very little help at all. She even had some tips that she took in, and they, according to her, they didn't do anything with them. So I'm not sure what more Jackie and I can do except um, look at some cards and maybe get an idea of what might have been behind Mr. Stokes' murder, and then just wish, her and his family the best. We give our condolences, to the family because Mr. Stokes was a father. I'm sure, I don't know if his mom and dad were alive, but he had family. He was going to get married. I know he had at least one child, and yeah, this was this was planned. This was premeditated. It looks like. So they waited until after he left the repast, got in his car, drove, followed him as soon as they had that opportunity at the stoplight. They did what they did. So
It's a pity we don't know who the funeral was, that they were at.
no. So she really didn't give me much more, and I don't know if
Yeah,
because she couldn't or what, but she just asked to see what we can come up with.
yeah.
Just really quick, because Jackie pull has a list of questions and she's pulled cards on those. So I'm just going to share a few of mine really quick, and then she'll let me know what cards, and then I'll pull while she's explaining hers. And just looking at see if there was anything else. Allison mentioned a maypole. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so they all right. So the kids learned all about that good stuff.
Hmm.
So I went ahead and I pulled four cards actually from my true crime deck, and they were one at a time individually. And the first card I have, I don't know if this would be possible after all these years. Maybe there's somebody with a camera that maybe caught something that they weren't aware of. But I did get additional evidence at the scene, maybe discovered, though I wouldn't know how after that was 21.
21.
So it's been 3 years already, but you never know. There might be some sort of camera or something that someone didn't think of looking into. The next card I got was dating history or killer knew of victims. So this person was familiar. I mean, this was personal, really. I mean, leaving a funeral repast. and then having someone to, I mean, that's cold. That's yeah, that's not good. The other card I pulled is this one here. This crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. So if somebody were able to find something that may still have DNA on it, or scientific methods, could very well be maybe of a gun or a casing or something gets found. It can always be, the striations on bullets can be compared to the barrels in the guns. I mean, it's just forensics is crazy, how what they can do now. It just takes a really long time. Toxicology reports. Allison and I had this conversation. It takes forever for a toxicology, for ballistics, all this stuff is months go by. They should be able to do these things, immediately. um, and then the overall energy at the bottom: jealousy, an affair, or a love related crime. So this was very personal. I did pick a card for Mr. Stokes. I did get the King of Swords, which is somebody who's strong, has a strong mind, but speaks and seeks his truth. He's very fair. He's ethical. Um, a great leader. It says here, smart leadership. So this is somebody who knows how to articulate, has a clear vision of what is right, is wrong. People look up to him, and is rational. So that's what I card I picked for Mr. Stokes. And I did get two cards for those involved with his supposedly, allegedly, with his passing. I did get the Knight of Cups. So again, there's that emotional component with the other card that I got, being a love or jealousy, crime here. This is somebody. What stood out to me most for this card from the RWS statement was motivated by emotion. So this was emotionally, and to me personally, um, um, motivated. And the actual card I got for, because I got a feeling that the person who did the shooting, according to my pendulum,
Mm.
was somebody who was in connection with the person who really wanted this done. So I feel like there was somebody possibly at the repast that might have had this planned ahead of time, possibly. It says here, taking bold action. That's what really jumped out. Very passionate person. So again, entertainment purposes only. And I'm going to give it over to Jackie and see what she's got.
Um, so first of all, before I fly through the questions, because I had the Five of Pentacles in one position, it was what were the events leading up to the murder of the Five of Pentacles. It can be two things come to mind in relation to what I immediately thought and what Heather has said. Like I was thinking money issues, like maybe he had been doing something to make some extra money to pay for the wedding, right? Was kind of what I was thinking, and got himself in with the wrong crowd, that kind of a thing. But in relation to what Heather was saying, about someone, maybe another, because you had a fair, wasn't it, on one of the cards? Maybe it was someone else involved in the situation, and the Five of Pentacles would make sense in that it could be that he was feeling left out in the cold because there was someone else, or whatever. So will I do one question at a time and then you pull cards on each of the questions as we go along? Are we doing it that way, or am I
Yeah.
going through all of them? Yeah.
Um, yeah, whatever works best for you, because you just mentioned that first one that you just said, and as you were explaining the card that you got, the Five of Pentacles, I pulled cards on that. So when you're done with that, then I can just share with you what I just pulled. And
Right. Grand job. Yeah.
because Jackie's got a
Um.
list of questions that it's long, and she was able to mark
Ooh,
down which ones would be most prevalent, to
it's
combine, for
these
this
ones.
reading. So yes, most excellent.
So the first one was, how close is the suspect to the victim?
Ooh.
Right. Now, for that, I have Two of Swords. Now, that would say to me that the person is unknown to them. But that to me would tie in with the fact that, like, if this was, say, for example, him getting involved in something dodgy to make some money to pay for the wedding, right? And maybe he made a decision not to go ahead with whatever the plan was, and they sent someone to sort him out, you know, that kind of a thing. Like we had that here recently in my town. A fella owed money for drugs, and they sent another fella. The big boys sent a local fella after him, and he actually used a machete on him, and the boy died from his injuries 2 days later in hospital. So that kind of a thing, you know, like because she's blindfolded, it immediately told me that he didn't know him, that it could have been just someone else that they sent to do their dirty work, you know, if you get me. So that's just that question: how close is the suspect to the victim?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is interesting. So for the King of Cups, the person that um, came out first as the person that actually pulled the trigger, I got the Five of Cups. So there was something in this person's past, these two people that this Mr. Stokes may have just, whatever happened in this relationship just caused them so much grief and despair that they couldn't let go of, the past, the things that were spilled, it's left over. You can't go back to this anymore. There's other possibilities behind them, but there's no way of going, going back. So this could very well have been maybe a because of the jealous, because I did get that card, and I think I erased them underneath in a way, but it said about there might have been like a jealousy or a love affair. This could very
Yeah,
well have been that despair over why this was committed. And with the Knight of Wands, the person who wanted, like, the initial initiator of this, um guess what card I got, Jackie?
oh, Five of
The Five
Pentacles.
Pentacles. And I just would want to ask
Interesting.
did you just
Two
not
of
get that?
Swords. Yep.
I hardly got to shuffle, and that flew out to go with that.
Yeah.
So a decision had to be made. The finances feeling maybe left out, unhappy about that. Oh, good Lord. Um, yeah. And before that, I think I was pulling on something other when the first one we just read on, but I did get, just really quick, I got the Chariot moving forward, and this also feels like this could have been the vehicles involved. But then I got the Hermit, someone, self-reflection, and then I got two sevens in a row. So trying to go within, maybe trying to feel things out. Um, but then I got the Seven of Wands, defending oneself, standing your boundaries. And then I got the Seven of Cups again. So for me, it feels like this was very passionate. This was very emotionally. There's a lot of anger. There was a lot of passion behind it. There was a lot of emotion behind it. This could have very well been, this individual might have still been delusional, thinking, no, I don't want to let go. This, you can't be moving on with your life. There, a lot of the sadness, and then this being involved. And that Five of Pentacles, that would have financially changed a lot of people too within marriage,
Yeah.
because he was going to get married, and he had a child, and I don't know if he had other kids from a previous marriage, but this could have been just feeling like being left out in the cold. Less money going to be coming in. Fear of lack, fear of poverty. So nothing really like money and you know ego and a broken heart. To get you. You know
Yeah.
to really get
We have
people going.
Mandy's spiritual tarot and mystic light worker joining us.
Hello, Mandy, and let's see, liking that deck. Tom, I combined two of them together. One is the Thelema, and the other one is the Arcanum, both Scarabeo. And they're basically the same models, the same people, the same artist, and I just kind of mixed some of them up a little bit to, give an overall um, of the cards. So those are all La Scarabeo. So did I miss any? Okay, because typically, okay, just making sure, because Jackie and I like having questions or other people when they pull cards to share when Jackie and I are done. So that way our energies don't all get, in a jam. And it gets us spinning around in circles. So Alrighty, my dear. What is the next question? And I'll grab a different deck.
So, what does the suspect do for a living?
Ooh.
Now, I was looking at this first going, what the hell? I have the Ace of Wands. Now, this totally then gave me vibes of kind of entrepreneur kind of vibes. Like this to me would be the person who um sent to do the dirty deed, you know, when he wasn't paying up what he was owed or whatever. Do you know what I mean? A businessman, you know, who was sent out to do what he had to do to sort out whatever situation was going on with poor old Bryant, you know. So that's what I had for that one.
Maybe I should stick to pulling one cards, but this is interesting. Again, I pulled now from the haunted house, and again, I got the Seven of Swords. What did this person do for a
Seven
living?
ones.
Maybe he was somebody who was sent out to take care of, you know, business, take care of matters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's because I got that Seven of Wands in the last reading just now, and then I
Yeah.
got also the Judgment card. Ah, so just take away the image, but the judgment. He gets sent. They get sent out. Maybe this is somebody because you got a group of people here. So again, for entertainment purposes only, there may have been a local group, gain or somebody that maybe wanted. Oh, this is what I want to say. Because this is. But for me, it's almost kind of feeling like these are a group of individuals. Listen, you know, somebody, this person needs to be dealt with, needs to be addressed. The judgment, the decision had been put on them. Um, the last card I got was the Three of Pentacles, but this is again working together to do something. And in this card, if you kind of take away necessarily the Three of Pentacles, working together, like you said, Jackie, and like what Sasha said, these two people coming to her, but might be hurting. So it's almost kind of like no, this was planned.
Yeah. I
And
think so,
yeah,
yeah.
these two people got together. Like I got the two different cards, and metaphorically, this was planned. And let me just look really quick at the bottom. Yeah, let's have a drink. Let's talk. Temperance. So a lot of times I use the imagery on her deck a little bit more,
Yeah.
than. But yeah, makes sense. So that's what I have.
So then we have, what does the suspect gain from the killing? And I got the Emperor. So it's as if like someone had this the suspect, the murderer, was told by some other fella, go out and do this and you'll kind of move up in the ranks, you know, you'll become, you know, you'll get other bigger jobs where you're paid more, you know, kind of a thing. Um which totally kind of ties in with the theory I have going through all the cards nearly of it being planned, and him being, they wanted to take him out for some big reason, you know.
And what was the question again, so I can address these cards
What does the
specifically?
suspect gain from the killing?
The suspect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, celebration. I got the Three of Cups again, another three. So these are, people working together. There's a celebration. Um, and then there's a female. So I feel like there's got to be this female that's involved. This could be very well. It almost kind of looks like a wedding dress too, because he was going to get married. So that's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting. It's just like a celebration because this was not meant to happen. So for me, this murder was to for these people to celebrate while she felt like she was drowning. I looked at the bottom of the deck and I got the Eight of Cups, walking away and leaving. So this was just kind of like a statement, kind of like you're not going to hurt me or you're not going to hurt. You know what I mean? It's like get the
Yeah.
deal done and then get to walk away. But I wanted to look at the bottom of the deck and I did pull out the Wheel of Fortune. So And in this deck, it's everything's all in the basement. All these treasures are in the basement. So you go downstairs into the basement to kind of see what's down in there. And it's just they had the final spin. They wanted the final say, and they made the judgment. They took, control of that wheel, so to speak. So, all righty, my dear. Oh boy.
Now, the next one I need someone to help me out. What was the victim doing the day before the murder? And I have the high priestess. So unless because it's all about intuition, maybe he was just kind of going within to kind of figure out how he'd move forward. It's as if he was kind of, like I said, he had agreed to do some job, and then maybe he was coming around to the fact that if I do this, it'll go wrong, and we won't end up getting married, and blah blah blah. So yeah, that's, I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on the high priestess for that question? But that's kind of all that's coming to me anyway, is that he was thinking about stuff.
Yeah, he might have had a feeling something was going to go down
Yeah, yeah.
too. That intuition kicking in. Um, that's interesting. I got the knight of not the knight the ace of wands,
Ooh.
and so this could have been something inspired. Something could have been lit. Something could have been because you know what I got again. So there's something to do with money. There's that five of pentacles again. That fear of lack of money, and the spiders coming at you, for that money tree. And at the bottom I got the knight of swords. No, is this knight or king on her deck? This is the king of swords again. Okay, so there you go. There was him because he was the knight of swords when I pulled out
Okay.
to ask for him. So there's the knight of swords. There's a fear of lack of money involved, and someone, to me, this almost kind of feels like an agreement had been made. And with your high
And
priestess, go ahead.
and you see on that King of Swords too. No, oh no, well it's just
Yeah.
underneath the deck, but it's the like the game of chess is all about strategy and stuff. So again, it would kind of tie in with
Mm-hmm.
the whole planning.
Yeah, that candle, lighting that flame, getting that. I just want to pull one more card.
Hey, Sherry's den.
Hi, Sherry's done. Let me just pull one more card for that candle. Three of Swords.
Ooh.
So yeah, um, yeah, this could be okay. What I'm kind of feeling, and again for entertainment purposes only, that he was following through with this marriage, this wedding, no matter what. And I just still feel like somebody still felt like they were getting a stake in their heart. This was a previous relationship, either the person themselves who got hurt or somebody close to this individual that had been hurt kind of wanted it almost kind of feels like a revenge. Like here, lighting one candle, lighting to the other. It's just like taking up, yeah, it's just kind of like igniting, getting the flame going, getting that started. It could very well be too that this person he
Mm.
talked to, still following through. This could have been what lit the match, what lit the fire. Go ahead. I heard the.
I
Oh, are you
I had
okay?
a no, I had a photograph of him open on my phone that I'm just looking at while I'm
Oh,
working away, but it changed. It changed on the phone. That's weird.
oh, okay.
Freaky.
Yes, it is. So yeah,
Hey,
maybe
Stephanie.
maybe this
Hey,
represents.
Maya.
Hi, Sherry. Maybe this means lighting a new flame or
Oh yeah, yeah,
rekindling, or
yeah.
and to them, this person, it was a stab in the heart, and there's that King of Swords. Yeah, mentally trying to figure out the strategy. Yeah, people looked up to him. He could see things clearly. So I think, like, and you're into, yeah, and your high priestess it feels like intuitively he knew something was up. Hello, TK.
Was
Hey,
wrong.
Pisces
Yeah.
Creator.
That will be my channel name if I ever get it up and running. Will I go on to the next one?
Yeah.
So I have, what was the victim doing the
Micah.
hour before the murder?
Hour.
So I have the 5 of Wands. Now that could be fighting with other people, but I often see it as internal kind of conflict, you know. So us kind of fighting with ourselves in our own mind, which would tie in with the one about him kind of maybe having been asked to do a job and then kind of tying with the idea at the last minute and maybe thinking it wasn't worth it, you know, to go forward with it.
Okay, I got the Justice card.
Ooh.
So, this might have been at this funeral, there might have been, it might have started there and carried and finished off elsewhere. But
Yeah.
this was all about justice. Somebody felt like they needed justice. They wanted justice. And when I looked at the bottom of the deck, there's a female in binds. Of course, it's their own mental binds, that's self-imposed. But I'm feeling like this could very well have been something to do with a past relationship, most likely with a female. So, oh, then that would have been the next card.
My favorite
Hangman.
hangman.
Yeah, that's the best hangman ever. So
it is. So what were the events leading up to the murder? Now I had the 5 of Pentacles. Hey Isadora. My initial thought on this was kind of tied in with him maybe being asked to do a job and kind of deciding against it or whatever. Like it could have been that it kind of made me think that maybe because they were coming up to their wedding, I don't know how far off the wedding was, but maybe he was doing some job to get some money for the wedding, right, to make it the best wedding for her, kind of a thing, you know. And that maybe there was a lack of money that kind of led to Heather's face.
Sorry.
Dying to know what cards she has. So what were the events leading up to the murder? Maybe just a lack of money, and maybe that he was looking for some way of earning some money. Hey, our shining lights.
Hello, our shining lights. Welcome, welcome. You're a new face. So sorry about the face. I mean, because it's just like you and I it's like we're getting the same cards, and then I get cards, but then they're like later. I mean, this is so for me now.
Tell me.
What was leading up to, or you said the day before, or leading up to? I did get the 6 of Cups. You've been getting this too, so
yeah.
I feel like this was. Okay, so me, I'm going to take a different look at it. But in the beginning when I mentioned the 2 cards from the other deck, people who were involved with his passing, his murder. Remember, I said one was the Knight of Cups, and the other one was the what? The Knight of Wands. So they both came out, and the one in the middle. There's that little 4 of Pentacles holding on to the money.
Dark energies.
Let the money go. So I'm feeling like this could have very well have been, this person still did not want this because they felt like looking back, oh, that should have been me maybe getting that money, or you got money for this, but you don't have money for that. It all to me feels a lot like money and children. I really feel like this is a past relationship, and I got a feeling kids are involved, are a part of the scenario.
Yeah.
Coyote Rosenbaum, hello. It's the first time I've seen you here in chat for one of our reads. And hello, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, Coyote. Hey, Jeff.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
So out is the next question. Now we know it was a shooting, right? But the card that came out was the King of Swords. Now, kings are about management, okay? So again, this would tie in with the fact that it was pre-planned, premeditated. and because it's swords, which to me is the, I know some people say it's the fastest moving energy, but I read it as the second fastest moving energy. But it was carried out swiftly. But swords is also communication, so like it was well planned. It was carried out swiftly, and obviously with little evidence, because nothing's been done about it, or no one's been found or anything, But
Mhm.
the fact that kings or management like says to me that this was planned and it was well thought out, and it happened swiftly.
And you know what's interesting too? That's the card I got for him for his reading. For
Yeah,
me, the King of Swords is, Mr. Stokes in this reading.
yeah.
And so it's interesting how that came. I just had those other two come up, and then that one came up. And when I went to go shuffle, this flew out again, Two of Swords,
Two of swords again.
having a decision to make, followed by the Two of Wands, trying to plan, trying to, and again, this Ouija board, it kind of throws me off because this feels more like a communication card, like it should be a swords because of thought and communication. But with the Two of Wands, still is that planning, trying to, plan by the light of the moon, by
Yeah.
but yeah, this was in planning. So there's the two. A
Mm.
decision had been made. This was all planned and laid out. I did get the Knight of Cups. So again, the Knight of Cups is also another card that had showed up in previously for him with the rings. But again, with this one here, it's a girl. So I feel like there's that feminine energy connected again. But at the bottom, there's the Emperor. So there's that, to me. That's the person leading up to this. That this was like, no, this is what's going to be done. This is how it's going to be carried out. And he was murdered with a gun. So it's interesting
Yeah.
that the overall energy for that question came out with that. So, and Tom, I'm going to go back to using those cards now. So you
Mm.
get a few more looks of them if you want. I like to change them
Um.
up my cards.
Yeah. I have the next one. Why was the crime committed at that time?
Ooh.
Now, one of my least favorite cards, because I often tend to look at it and go, "What the hell?" But the lovers. So it's generally about choices anyway. So it's like the crime was committed at that time because there was a choice to be made. And again, this kind of ties in for me with the fact that maybe he'd agreed to do a job, but kind of was changing his mind last minute, and they made the choice then to kind of come after him. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I have for that question.
I know I picked more than one card, Jackie, but I need more than a couple. But look what flew out: the Devil.
Oh, huh? Yeah.
So yeah, somebody extremely angry, and again, Three of Swords. So
Huh.
again, there's the heartbreak. To me, this was like, you hurt to somebody, I'm going to hurt. There was some, yeah. I got the Star card, which feels like making wishes come true. You want this done. You know, like that. My wish is your command, kind of like thing. This is going to get done. But oh my God, that Devil card. And at the bottom of the deck, there's that Seven of Wands again, all having to do with setting boundaries, defending oneself. So, yeah.
Hmm.
But that Devil card, somebody just could not let go. I mean, they were just that bond with him. However, they saw this, almost kind of like that. What was that movie when with the one that really liked that guy so much, and it was Fatal Attraction, kind of like thing almost.
I
Um,
don't think I've seen that.
and really quick, I'm going to go mute for a second because I just got an email from the person who's requesting this reading.
Oh. Um. The next question, which I need a bit of help with as well, because I'm not 100% sure what to make of the card that I pulled. Was anyone else involved? And I got the Tower card. Now, there is obviously two people in the card, so unless that would suggest that there is two people involved, but if anyone else has any thoughts on any other info that this could, if anyone could shed light on any other thoughts for this. I was just saying that Heather, was anyone else involved? And I got the tower. Excuse me.
Okay.
So, did you get some info? Or?
This is a little okay, so I asked if I could use her name. She said that you can say Biggie Shorty
Okay.
as my name. That's what he called me.
Oh.
And for my protection, you can let me know when it airs, please. I just I'll let her know it's airing now. Does he have immediate family? No, his mom and dad are deceased. Um, I am on his. How many kids does Mr. Bryant have or had? Well, he had 9. He's got 9 kids.
Okay.
So that could be a lot where the finances.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just going to mute really quick again and let her know that we are.
Okay. Um, I won't go on to the next question, so I'll hang on a minute. Be interesting now to see afterwards what she says to us, if anything made sense to her.
Okay, I let her know that we're doing this show now. I did tell her that we were going to be doing it this Wednesday. So what's the next question, my dear? And then I got to get the phone to Shan. So if she responds, I won't be able to see it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was why was the crime committed at? Was it? No, was anyone else involved? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I already had those. I had those cards pulled. I had the night, um, the 2 nights. Interesting. I'll just go by this. Possibly 3.
3 of Wands.
3 of Wands again. So things were planned, things were put out, and so
Yeah.
and the ship, is it going or is it coming in? That's interesting too. So perhaps there might have been. I know from those other 2 cards that were 2, and that other one had shown. It was just here. Where do they go? I lifted this up. Everybody, just bear with me just for one momento. This is crazy. I just saw them because I was moving stuff around. This is what happens when you have. Okay, never mind. Those cards must be put away. So, but no, it did say, it showed like 3 people involved into this.
Yeah.
So whether it's the 3, past, present, with him being one of these, but I feel like this was a love triangle in so many ways.
Okay. Okay. Does the suspect have an alibi? Now here we go. I got the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands again, like I said, with the Ace of Wands, kind of entrepreneur kind of vibes, So I suppose the only thing I could say for this is that yes, they have an alibi because maybe they said, oh, I was at work or that kind of thing. I was running my business, Of course, if it was someone sent out to do the job, then yes, they were running their business. So, hey, Lottie.
Hey, Lottie B. Interesting.
So I don't know. Other than that,
I did get this flew out, the strength card, as alibi. So this person someone might have this as a very strong alibi, or may have crafted something that wasn't a strong alibi. Um, okay, she asked me to send her to. I'm not going on to TikTok right now. No. Then I got the 6 of Swords. Moving on to clear. I don't know. This is very interesting. Then I got the 8 of Wands. Fast speed, moving ahead, aim direct. Things moving quickly. Yeah, the 6 of Swords moving quickly. Yeah, I don't even know if that because with people coming into, we were told earlier via an email from her that the police had stopped working on his case. That I would like to pull a couple cards on, because why would they, maybe
but
this
I mean,
person. Oh, go ahead.
Like, did they even pull in any suspects in the first place? Like, do we know anything like that? Like,
Nope. All that was the news aired that one video about
yeah,
his murder, and then because what people may not know is that apparently Mr. Stokes was looked at for another crime, which according to Biggie, that he did not do, and she was able to prove it
yeah,
according to her, allegedly. I cannot confirm this. I'm just going by what she said. And they end up suing the Detroit Police Department
yeah,
for trying to get. And so that's another whole can of worms too, with this case. And that's
yeah.
all that all that she gave me.
It's a pity. Like, I know she's probably wanting to keep herself private and that, but it's a pity she didn't come on under a different name or something, and at least kind of answer
Yeah.
questions for us or help us out
Yeah.
or anything, you know. But
I'm just asking really quick why the police didn't get involved. And I got the high priestess, because they had knowledge or intuitively had knowledge, and I got the two of cups. So again, there's something to do with the relationship. And then I got the three of swords again. I'm just wondering if somebody in the department might have been part of this past love triangle, or and anybody watching back as a reminder too, because we've had some people say, well, you guys pull cards and things don't end up being the way things come out eventually, and they're like, you call yourself psychic. Jackie and I aren't psychic. I mean, I can speak for myself. We don't claim to be coming in here that we're psychic and that we pick up on what we're saying is true. This is just things that we're trying to figure out using cards. So this is not us claiming to be something that we're not.
it's entertainment purposes only, no
We
fact.
Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck is temperance, balance,
Oh, I have
adoration.
that.
Yeah. And I'm just going to run this phone to Shannon. I'll be right back. Thank you,
Okay,
Isadora.
dokes. King of Pentacles. I'm just going on what Heather just asked. Why did the cops not really do anything about it? I have the King of Pentacles. It's as if they were kind of possibly running the show. This is just from my vampire deck, and I also have the I was just saying there, Heather, I went with your question of kind of why did the cops not do really anything? And I have the King of Pentacles, which might suggest that maybe they were kind of running the show, so to speak. And I have the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe there was something in it for them. Because you
Again,
know how corrupt cops are everywhere anyway.
not all of them. And we have a
Most of
lot
them,
of
yeah.
good men
Ah,
and
yeah.
women in blue. There are many good ones out of so not all. There are some.
Some.
There are some that are bad, yes, but not all.
And I have the Two of Cups as well. So I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, you got the two of cups, yeah,
Yeah.
and that three of swords. I pulled a few more cards, and again, I got that six of swords. Moving on, followed by the sun. And there are kids in that card too. All right, let's see what else we got. What else? What other question you got there, girl?
Some are just psychic, some are not. We tend to be pretty clear about if we are psychic or not. I am just reading Sherry's comment. So the next one is, does the suspect have a criminal record? Now I got the Temperance card. So this would suggest that yes, they had dipped their toe in it before, kind of a thing, and they had dabbled in it, that kind of thing. So yeah, I would think that whoever was involved suspect has a criminal record, would be my answer to that question.
I got the judgment. So yeah, the judge. He's been in front of the judge. To me, still playing around.
Yeah.
There's a judgment involved.
Yeah.
Again, 2 of Cups came out. So this is, and then the bottom card, most definitely 10 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like, yeah. There's a lot of pain. There's been a lot of hurt. There's, 10 of Swords typically, of course, means a conclusion, but, when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way you can go. And, but that's painful. So, yeah.
Right. Where is the suspect now?
Yeah, good question. So I keep seeing that suspect is in a boat or been moved or
in a boat.
Because I was getting the 6 of Swords. I kept getting that, like something was moved, like the alibi. I got the 6 of Swords. I got the 6 of Swords. So it's like somebody's moved on now. Or that kind of.
That would make sense. But what I was kind of thinking from this, where's the suspect now? That they're kind of off in hiding somewhat, kind of holding tight to their money that they made for doing this job, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got something a little. I got that they're kind of celebrating.
9 of Cups.
I got happiness. I got. This is also, material wealth, happiness, emotional happiness. Just very, very happy and very content. And on the bottom, I got the Emperor. So, yes.
Yeah, and you see that would tie in with, because you remember the third question was, what does the suspect gain from the killing? And I had the Emperor, and I had said that this guy was going to kind of be put up in the ranks.
Yep.
If he did a job well done and you get promoted, kind of a thing, So that would tie in, yeah. What did the suspect do after the murder? Now, I got 7 of Wands, so maybe if there was any sort of initial investigation, is the word, into it, and maybe his or her, well, I better say his or her name in case, was mentioned, that he kind of, what did the suspect do after the murder? Trying to defend themselves and, come up with an alibi and stuff to make sure they didn't get done for the job,
I got a couple of interesting cards. The King of Cups came up again, and that was one of the cards for one of the people involved. Yeah. For me, when I asked my pendulum, this was the one that was involved with the actual physical shooting, and the one that came out with that 6 of Wands, victory. He got his glory, his victory. But I also got the 3 of Wands, and then I also got the 2 of Wands. So again, the 3 of Wands, the ship setting out. Projects were completed. The Ace of Wands was, okay, this is what needs to be done. This is the idea, how we're going to do it. How are we going to start implementing it, and then 3, fulfilling it and moving onward, or coming in, getting the money, and then there's your victory lap, so to speak.
Did the suspect tell anyone about what they did? And I have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not sure really how to read that for that question, because there's no one else in the card, and Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight. It's someone who kind of plans carefully and Now I know we kind of.
You can do a clarifier.
Yeah, I suppose I could do.
But what was the question again, honey? I forgot. I'm sorry, because I was seeing something in the chat. We're going to hold on of sharing cards and stuff in chat until Jackie and I are done. So I think I saw something.
Did the suspect tell anyone about what they did?
Okay.
And I had the Knight of Pentacles. So
and I think so.
Oh yeah.
6 of Pentacles, sharing the wealth, sharing the money. Oh yeah, I did this here. Want some kind of like, kind of like, again, another job well done, sort of. Yeah, Sherry, we hold off on sharing cards or insights into the case until Jackie and I are done reading so that we don't get distracted with things in chat and with the energies interfering with what we might be pulling with our cards. But we'll be sharing shortly.
Hmm. For oh, look at that! Look, the moon card. Yeah, I have the moon card for as a clarifier for the knight of, for the what the Knight of Pentacles. Um, there we go. So, did the suspect tell anyone about what they did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think maybe this way they shared their kind of because the crab crawling out of the water is all about fears, worries, and doubts kind of surfacing,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So maybe they did share with someone. Maybe they had some confidant. This
I
side, I
love
always
that
go the
deck.
wrong way.
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
it's just gorgeous. I love it,
And I
and I
also
don't
pulled
like
in. Sorry.
one.
No, go
Show
ahead.
me.
No, go ahead.
I just love the. I'm not a fan of gold. I prefer kind of silver and white gold and stuff. But I just love the gold in
Mm-hmm.
this. It makes it look so kind of old and antique and real, kind of traditional tarot-y kind of feel. You know.
Yeah. Makes me think of the old manuscripts from the Renaissance and stuff, where the monks were right
Yeah.
and they did the gilding on it, and they had all the golds and the
Yeah.
inlays and everything. So yeah, that's pretty.
It
But
is. Go on.
I
What do you
pulled
have there? I'm
I
intrigued.
pulled an extra card to go with the Six of Pentacles, and I got the
The
World card.
world.
So this person, it's well known who did it. Um, and like she was saying to me, she had leads, she had tips, but according to her, the police would allegedly
Huh.
have allegedly not wanted to take them up or follow up on them. So um yeah, but yeah, there's that World card. It feels like things have come around, and the word has come around. you know yeah.
I that would make
Okay,
sense. Like, go on.
Sherry, please hold on to your cards and your interpretations, honey, until after we're done, because they get distracting in the comments. When Jackie and I are done, then we invite people to share what their pendulums got and what their cards got and what their insights got. So just hang on until we're done. Thank you. So next question.
Um. No, you had there. You said there that she said they had a lead at the start, or that they had
Well,
suspicions
she's she's
or
gotten
something.
she's gotten tips, but
Tips.
according to her, she's gone to the um and look what just flew out again.
5 of Pentacles, huh?
Yeah,
So I know oftentimes here it's the same if it's certain, very dangerous people involved in stuff, the cops kind of don't want to get involved. There's just certain
yeah.
groups of people and whatnot here, and the cops just won't touch it if they know that if they think they're involved in stuff. So I don't know.
I want to don't Jackie really quick. I just want to pull out I have a Lenormand deck, and I want to just pull on my Lenormand deck and ask why the police haven't,
Why?
why is I want to see what the Lenormand, because sometimes Lenormand can be a little more, I don't say specific, but they might have something that, because you get one image to a card and there's that meaning. You know what I mean? Maybe if I pull a couple of Normans, I can find out. But I would like to know if this is true and alleged. Because this is alleged. If the Detroit police, you know, don't want to assist and further investigate Bryant's passing, his murder, what are the reasons behind it?
What are the reasons behind them not following up? Okay.
I'm just pulling. Oh wow, this is not okay. So right off the bat, I get the mice card. So the mice is about interference. It's creatures coming in, eating your food. They're causing chaos. They're a nuisance. They're things that are they make a mess. They bring about disease, illness. But they're troublesome. Um, they get into everything. They destroy. Well, they destroy stuff. Then I got the mountain, which is all about obstacles, but also, it says here what jumped out to me: wait for a more propitious time. So I don't know if now to me there's they hit a block. There's or they put a block to something. I did get the fox card, and it warns about trickery again,
Huh.
deception, manipulation. Enemy may be hiding amongst your friends. And then I pulled at the bottom for that. I got the book. I got wisdom. So books, things, there are things written down. There's knowledge that has been attained. This could be
Mm.
very well like a file. Um, the ship moving forward. The tree is about health, but for me, it's also kind of like a family tree. And then I got something to do with anchor. So you know what? I just feel like somebody's running something, causing chaos, causing disruption. It's causing things to stall, not to move forward, and to yeah. And enemy may be hiding amongst friends. So beware of deception and manipulation. What'd you get, dear?
Hmm. Um, I just pulled a few from my Queen Alice tarot. Just on that question, I have strength and I have Seven of Pentacles, which would tie in with your deception because this is the Walrus and the Carpenter story where they're talking to these little oysters and they're saying, "Oh, come for a walk with us along the beach," and off the little oysters go hand in hand, thinking they're just going for a nice walk with the two boys, but in fact they sit down and they take out their bread and butter and they put them all between two slices of bread and they eat them. So that would kind of show the deception here, which would tie in what you were saying. And the Ace of Wands as well, which is kind of
The Ace of Wands keeps coming up.
yeah, like it's the potential for new beginnings, new opportunities, new, I suppose, new information. Um, Maybe that it's actually my last card did this, or question was, did the suspect do anything with evidence? And it was the Five of Cups, which would kind of suggest to me that maybe
There's
it's
the five
there
of
if they
Cups.
looked properly, if they turned around
Mm-hmm.
and plus, yeah, it's come up a few times anyway, but
Yep.
it's as if the evidence is there, but they just didn't see it or chose to ignore it or something.
Yeah.
Um, I don't
I
know.
shuffled again. I got the woman card, which I feel like this could very well be Biggie. Um, and I also got the moon card. So there's that intuition again. The subconscious knowingly know, but I mean, she may, so if she wants when she rewatches this again, the fox came up. So you may already know, sweetheart, who intuitively who this is.
Uh,
Um, again, watch out. The fox is warning you. There's deception. There's somebody who may not, a friend that may not be a friend, still now or in and around that time. But that's really all Jackie and I have to go on. Unless there's another question that you could think of that we can ask, or if you just want to
uh,
open it, the floor is up to you.
there was There was one question from, do you know the other spread I had, which was for a missing person, but there's one question that
Mhm.
could be used here, which was the very
Okay.
last one. Is there cell phone evidence to help solve the case? That could work here.
Well, right at the
Is there
bottom, I got
cell
the death
phone
card.
evidence? Ooh,
The
huh.
overall. Oh, interesting. I got the clover, which is good luck and success. And I got the letter, which can also be in this day and time an email,
Oh
any
yeah.
sort of electronic
Oh yeah.
text message, your WhatsApps, your TikToks, your
Huh.
messengers, things like that. Or something could also be just kind of like put in there and bye Sherry, thanks sweetheart, talk to you later. And okay, yes, and Twitter. I got the bird
Oh
card. So they say when
wow.
you with nowadays modern times, you see birds too. I know they call it X now, but it's still Twitter. I don't know what the hell's the matter with Musk or any of these people, but
Yeah.
so yeah, there could very well be at some
Huh.
point someone is going to is successfully it's going to be yeah it's going to be successful. Message is going to come through email and or something like a Twitter, because the birds are about gossip and about bringing messages. So things like that, people are going to be talking. Yeah, it's just going to be up to the point where, and the bottom of it was the death card. So there will be, knowledge brought to light about his death, but, how it's going to be addressed, if the police will look at it, if they will handle it, or if it will be handled in another way, you know.
Um, is there cell phone
Hello.
evidence to help solve the case? I have just got the two of cups there, which would suggest that maybe there was the cell phone evidence between him and her, do you know? From kind of times coming up to the time of the murder, do you know, that between him and her themselves, not necessarily between him and whoever did it or whoever he was involved with, but between the two of them themselves. And there's a few others we could use
Interesting.
from the other one as well.
I pulled a few more again too, and I got the star card, but it's a child. So it's kind of sad too, because the children be wishing on a star,
Yeah, yeah.
And oh my God, this happened at Christmas, just after Christmas,
Oh, it did, of course, the 30th of
the
December.
30th. Yeah, we were just going into New Year's.
Yeah.
Then I got the salmon card, and a lot of times salmon is about money, abundance, finance, um, trying to jump out of that water, catch what you can. And then the next card was the death card again.
Huh.
And the bottom was the path. So there is, yeah.
We could ask what was his mental and emotional state just before he was murdered.
Okay. Let's see. I'll put these back. I grab a different deck, change up the energy. Okay. What was the state of his mind at the time of his death, you said?
What was his emotional and mental state
Oh, emotional and mental state.
the day of his death?
Oh man.
Huh.
No, it's just so sad to me. Ace of Cups. He was. He came from, you know, a repast, but moving forward in his life, he had a lot to look forward to. He was getting married. He was probably excited about that. He'd been working hard at his craft. Working hard to provide. He has been working at this for a long. This can all different aspects of the life, but there's just a lot of emotions. He was working hard. He was moving forward with his life. And at the bottom, yes, he was kind of withholding, saving money. You know, um, but yeah, but emotional. It was emotional too because it was a funeral. It was a repast, so there was probably that kind of emotions in it too.
Yeah.
Sadness, but at the big picture, he was working. At a wedding coming up, he was working hard, getting ready for it, life moving forward. Yeah, what you get.
So do you remember how I had when we had the other questions? What was the victim doing the day before the murder? Remember, I had the high priestess, so he was kind of looking inward and trying to figure stuff out. And what was the victim doing the hour before the murder? I had the 5 of Wands. Remember, with the
Mm-hmm.
fighting. So what was his mental and emotional state on the day? I have the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Wands again. So now this would tie in with, say, like if he was lacking in money and trying to do something to make some more money, this feeling of being dissatisfied and kind of needing more, and maybe the internal arguments that were going on with himself over trying to decide whether he was going to go ahead with whatever he was going ahead with, or allegedly whatever. I also have the magician underneath. So yeah, like you said, he was he was being the magician in his own life, trying to make ends meet and trying to provide for everyone,
And the magician's also about sleight of hand too, though, right?
Yeah,
Maybe money. Okay,
yeah,
so maybe allegedly money bringing in wasn't completely going all the way out, and maybe he was holding on to some of it, and some people found out. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, this is what I got. So, but little, you know what I mean? Kind of. I'm not. I'm just that popped into my head. It's just a thought that I'm sharing. It's all a legend. So, and Isadora, they're very well maybe. I can mention to her later. There's that Six of Swords again. I did get the victory card.
You got that about 3 times, didn't you? Six of Swords.
Yep. And then I got the defeat card. And then moving. So whoever was involved. Yeah. These are my yes and no cards. I'm just going to ask if he was making. Was he? I'm just going to mute myself. Hold on a second.
I'm just looking at other questions I have from a different. Were polygraphs done, and did they reveal anything?
So I didn't want to say specifically aloud.
Okay.
But I was asking if he was, making money for others, earning money by making money for others.
Yeah.
Now, this is just, I got a yes again. I got that again. I got this. Another
again.
yes. And then the bottom foundations, building a home. So there's some sort of financial stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the side, possibly. Yeah.
What about asking kind of just a question of him directly, like
Okay.
I don't know what
Well, Mr. Stokes, Mr. Bryant Stokes, what would you like to know? No, what would you
like to tell us about why you
is there anything that you would like to share about
died?
your
Your
about
passing.
your death? And then I would like to see if there is a message that we can get to his fiance.
Yeah.
He was going to be married, so like a message to fiance family.
Yeah.
I'll use a different deck for that. But
so what are we asking first? What would he like to tell us anything about his passing? Yeah.
Guess one of my cards. There's that Five of Wands again.
Huh.
I'm asking a clarifier for another card. That Two of Wands came up again.
Huh.
Justice. He wants justice. I don't blame him. So the first card I got is the Hermit. And for me, this is about going within, self-reflecting. But he's also, for me, it feels like he's shining a light. shining a light on the conflict. Pay attention to the conflict that had been at hand. I also got the Two of Wands, and I think with the Two of Wands, that means that it's you're starting to take, you get that idea now. Take that idea, put that in your head. That's kind of like the Ace of Wands, and so with the Two of Wands, of course, you're going to start now setting basically your course. You're starting to set, you're bringing that into like you're starting to work on bringing that into fruition. Um, and then the last card, of course, was the Justice. So he's saying this is what he wants justice, and I yeah, who I would too, but to focus on the conflict that was going on, and by doing that, that should be able to start setting up the Two of Wands, start creating, putting together that physical, that get that energy going in there to get hopefully this case going again, because he wants justice.
Oh, I'm muted. Someone came into the room there, so I muted myself quick before there was any noise. um, so I was just focusing first on, would he like to tell us anything about his passing? Yeah, I have 3 cards, but the first 2 are the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So some opportunity that was offered to him to kind of start a new little side hustle, say for example, because of money issues and needing to kind of um earn more money for his 9 kids and upcoming nuptials, but then I have the 5 of Cups. So we've had the 5 of Cups how many times already anyway? But this one in particular is her whipping the tablecloth off the table. So it's like the rug was pulled out from underneath him, he was offered this opportunity, but then equally it was taken away from him as well, So that's what I have from those 3 questions. So I'll just do now how did you word the second question? Just what would he like to, what message would you like to give us? I can't hear you.
Just we did it. We both did an Allison today. Yeah, love you, Allison.
Does Alison do that?
Because sometimes she forgets to unmute.
All right.
Just what message does he have for his loved ones?
Right. Okay.
What
For his loved
message
ones, that's
he has for
nice.
his loved ones? So I'm pulling out some oracle cards.
Bryant Stokes, what message would you like to give us for your loved ones?
Oh, jeez.
Jeez Louise.
He's going to make me cry.
He looks like such a nice man.
So the first card I got is the Worthy Heart. You are enough. So he's saying to his loved ones, you're all worthy of love. You are enough. And then I feel like this is more for his fiance. I got the coupling. So it's, swans mate for life. And so, that's him sending his love to her, to his mate.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry. Oh, again, one more. It told me to pick one more. I'm like, what? But I see what it means now. So to the people involved, it says divinely connected heart. And the key message on here is meet your karma.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm done. He's had to say.
Mic drop. I'm going to go 2 at a time. So we have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords, first of all. So it's like, stay strong, stay in your power, keep fighting, or well, keep fighting with that Page of Swords anyway, because here's the Page of Swords. It's Alice, and she's fighting the Jabberwock, who is the creature that was after taking over Looking Glass Land. So yeah, so it's like stay strong, stay in your power, keep fighting, you'll get there, and then I have the Two of Swords, and this is a really different Two of Swords, right? So I'm going to show it on its own. So normally, obviously, we know the Two of Swords is the person with the blindfold and the arms crossed with the swords, right? But here it's when, oh, and it's in a courtroom, this picture actually. Come to think of it.
Ooh.
So yeah, so this is when she was, do you remember when the Queen of Hearts tarts were stolen, and she called them all to court to find out who stole the queen, the who stole the tarts? And she drank some of, do you remember she had the bottles to get bigger and to get smaller? So she drank one of them and she became bigger. So this is her completely hunched over, feeling kind of completely
Oh.
caged in, kind of a thing. You know, this is the vibe I get from this card. Like you can see, well, here's the rabbit with his watch, all worried about the time, trying to get out of there. But she's grown so big that she's kind of blocked them all in anyway, you know. So it's like you may feel kind of caged in and kind of stuck now. But we have the King of Swords. And this King of Swords is portrayed as a chess piece because there is a game of chess in the Alice in Wonderland stories. So it's just about a game of chess and keeping your wits about you and playing strategically and whatnot. And underneath the deck, I have the High Priestess. So again, staying with your intuition. If you kind of feel things are right, go with that, and just, I suppose, keep pushing for someone to do something about it, to solve the case. You know. So that's what I have as a message from Bryant Stokes.
Yes. So we are at 121. So we're done pulling cards. So Sheridan, I know that you were trying to share cards earlier. I don't know if you're still here. Oh, let's see. I can go back up this far. Um, okay. So thank you everybody for waiting. If anyone wants to share what they got with pendulums, cards that they were pulling along with Jackie and I, please go ahead and feel free. Let's see. Something about acceptation, upright. I got the word abnegation. Had to look up the meaning. Um, okay, I'm just going to go down a little bit further. She goes, the tarot of the dance of souls. The moon card is on the bottom. On the bottom is hermit, then labor, then connection. Um, she mentioned two bottom cards. Okay, one is the moon, because you got the moon the same time she did, so
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Then
I did.
again, she pulled on the bottom is the hermit, then labor, then connection. I don't know what you mean by labor and connection, unless she means the Eight of Pentacles for labor. I'm not sure. Um, let's see, that was what we had there. Let me go down a little bit further. And okay, so Karen said, y'all got y'all got so many of the same cards. I'll email you both. Too many for
Huh.
chat. We'll mention a few. Uh, Queen.
Question one.
Oh, question one. Oh, okay. Or question 12, because I see one, two. Oh,
There's two of
okay.
coins, yeah.
Okay. Oh, question one, two of
I
coins.
presume.
That's what we're assuming. So two of coins, trying to balance money, debts. Yeah. Second question, king of coins. So yeah, wanting to be a
Huh.
provider. The father. Um, question. Oh no, reversed. Okay,
Oh.
wanting to be in three, the emperor. For number three, I lost conscious. I lost I lost conscious and contrast and in the numbers, but um, yeah, Jackie will let me know maybe later on, because I have to find that list of questions again. So let's see.
Hi,
Um,
Isadora.
Bye, Isadora. Sorry, it's all right, Sherry. We were just trying to figure out your cards. Karen, my Celtic cross is eerie. How much it matched card started out with two swords. Y'all. Okay,
Huh.
and she got two of swords too. When you were talking about his fiance, I was pulling a card from the Angel Answers, and the romance card came up. Oh, yeah, very sad.
Oh.
So,
That's
Alrighty, everybody. I think. Let's see.
Yes,
That
Karen.
was to what they did for a living. Okay.
What does the suspect do for a living? Yeah.
Next question. Cleanup coins reversed. Interesting. And that emperor. Yeah, I could kind of
Yeah.
see how that would play. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
well, Jackie, that's another. Oh, and really quick, too, people, before we go. Jackie and I had read on Susan Morphew a few months ago. As you all know, she was the, I think, Colorado, yeah, woman in Colorado who went missing. The husband had been arrested, but then, was released without prejudice. So,
Huh.
and they found her remains a few months ago in an area called the Boneyard when they were looking for somebody else that we read on. They're still looking for Miss Quintana. Um, but they found Susan, and finally, after all this time, toxicology reports finally came back in. And if y'all remember, we were talking about in the news how they had found a tranquilizer, and they were thinking that he might have shot her. Well, this is again a legend. Um, I still think he's responsible, but the
Mm.
toxicology report came back. She had multiple tranquilizer shots. She was shot multiple times with a tranquilizer gun within her home, and he was known to use tranquilizers because he would go out and hunt game, tranquilize them, and then cut off their horns. So yeah, he's a real winner. So it's just wanted to give everybody an update that you know hopefully we'll at some point she'll still get some justice.
Yeah.
Still looking for Sebastian Rogers. Please, people, keep him in your thoughts. And hopefully, the mother and the stepfather will come forward and finally tell the truth. Many people have the feeling we're all hoping that he's still alive and he'll come back home, but I think most of the majority of us know that he's gone. You know, and his dad, Seth Rogers, is still looking for him, and just hoping that
Mm.
people who know what happened do the right thing and come forward. So this young man and the family that does miss him and love him, you know, can bury him and give him peace. Summer Wells, she's still, and I guess Summers too, also Tennessee. So a lot going on right now in the state of Tennessee. So keep, the memory of Summer going and sending, energy and prayers that people come forward and they find Summer. So give her a proper burial. And
Yeah.
so just keep hoping for the best because I'm a lot of us all feel that Summer is not with us.
Mm.
She's passed, um, and hopefully, again, at the right people will do the right thing. If they couldn't do it, these children by right, in life, let's hope they can maybe do them by right, in death at some point. So, anything, Jackie, that you have coming up that you would like to share before we go? Your channel?
Uh, no. Well, just with rain now next Tuesday night. Our usual TTT, but and I did email Karen,
You
to
mean this Karen?
this Karen
That
this way.
Karen.
I always point the wrong way. Oh my god.
Miss Barta cards.
This Karen about us doing our next astrology live. I would have done it
Ooh,
this week. However, I have a job on Saturday that I'm focusing on.
very cool.
So I had to leave it off till next week anyway. So Karen, read your email and get back to me about next week, and we'll get
So
our
is this
next.
this job about tarot reading? Are you getting to the
No,
table? No? Okay.
I used to have a canteen years ago, and one of my customers who I haven't seen in about 16 years, I reckon,
Wow.
contacted me about 2 weeks ago. He is having a family party in his house on Saturday, and they decided to go all fancy and do black tie and get all dressed up. So he said, I'm not cooking. He said, will you cater for us? So I said, I will, of course. So I'm spending the next few days
Ooh.
cooking, and he's collecting everything on Saturday for his party. So I can't wait.
And she says, "Oh, sorry, I'll check it out." But
Do girl, check it out.
homemade Irish food. Oh, it sounds grand. It sounds
So
grand.
I'm doing a big feast for 25 people on Saturday.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so yummy.
I'll take loads of pictures. I'll put them up on YouTube.
Very cool. And
Yeah,
let's see, today's Wednesday already. Well, Friday,
it is.
Tom, Early Ritual, is actually going to be joining Allison and I for Friday. So
Ooh.
I will be creating the link for that soon. So that will be a very interesting conversation. Probably really no card pulling readings. Allison and I have just been really enjoying having conversations, getting a topic and starting with that and seeing where the conversation goes, things that have been on our mind, and kind of wanting to get people in chat, sharing too. And so I'm enjoying those kind of shows a lot more lately, and we may very well do a collective, at some point. But
Yeah.
yeah, Tom, this is going to be cool. You could very well be a lot about music as well. You know, Tom digs his music, and he's got some guitars, and all that good stuff. So totally looking toward to Friday, Sunday again. Jeff and I with our tarot, and I think I will be taking next week off. Except I don't know if I'll be able to do the tarot Tuesdays. I might just need like a straight week of YouTube
Yeah.
detox. At least
Yeah.
YouTube tarot detox. Um, so kind of get some priorities, put together, and calendar and stuff and whatnot. But
Yeah.
and maybe a pop-up, who knows. But I need to create some healthy boundaries,
Yeah.
for myself.
I know.
And sometimes it takes a bit of a week, and the weather's getting nice, so park weather. So
It is too here, kind of.
be doing more of that. So again, everybody, happy May 1st. Oh, I am going to be a guest on Thursday on at 7 p.m. on Ginger Face channel. We are going to be doing Fae readings from Brian Froud. So I get to use my new Brian Froud
Is that tomorrow
cards.
or Thursday?
Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, Thursday. So oh, good Lord. Life's
Yeah.
been crazy.
I don't
So
know.
everybody, again, thank you for joining us. And like in the comments,
Thanks,
we
peeps.
mentioned that, love to, Mr. Stokes and to his family. And let's bring everybody home and give everybody, peace of
Yeah.
mind. So everybody have the rest of your day. Bye.